Shalom. This is a continuation of our chapter summaries. We're on chapter 20 or 19. It's called the Feast of Shouting. So what I learned from this chapter is that, first of all, Mary, or Miriam, the mother of Yeshua, was very much inspired. And in Luke chapter 1, 46 to 55, personally I believe that she was prophesying here. Her words were not just normal words. You can read it for yourself. Let's read it. What did Mary say? This is right after Elizabeth had greeted her, or Mary greeted Elizabeth, and then Elizabeth spoke to her and blessed her, and so she responded in 46 saying, "My soul exalts Jehovah, my spirit delights in Elohim my Savior, for he has remembered his servant in her lowliness, and from this hour all ages will count me happy. Great things has the Almighty done for me, and set apart is his name. From age to age his mercy rests on those who reverence him. Mighty are the deeds of his arm. He scatters the proud with their own devices. He casts down princes from their thrones, and the lowly he uplifts. The hungry he loads with gifts, and the rich he sends empty away. He has stretched out his hand to his servant, Yisrael, ever mindful of his mercy, as he promised to our forefathers, for Abraham and his race forever." So 46, it is a reference to Psalm 104. There's references to 1 Samuel chapter 2, 1, so Psalm 104 verse 1, Psalm 95, 1, Septuagint, 1 Samuel 1, 11, 1 Samuel 120, Psalm 126, 3, 111, 9. Every verse is a reference to a psalm. And Job is even there, Job 12, for verse 52. Enoch is referenced here in, Enoch 46, verse 5. Psalm 107, 9. That's verse 53. And then Isaiah 41, 8 to 9. Psalm 98, verse 3. Micah 7:20. Genesis 13, 17. So as you can see, she spoke the words of Elohim, and that's what prophets do. I found that remarkable. A lot of times you just gloss over those verses saying, "Oh, she just spoke, it's the Bible." But if you're actually there, you go, "Whoa, that's not just regular words." And she stayed with her 3 months, and then returned to her own house. And then it says there, in verse 9 of Luke 2, this is talking about where is this talking about? The angel coming on them. I don't know who them is. Shepherds. Okay, there were shepherds in the field, watching over their flock in the night. So remember that, it's nighttime. And this is where the angels, let me look in my Bible. They're watching our flocks at night, and there's an angel that suddenly stood by them. And that's scary to see that. So what happened? of Jehovah shone around them, and they were afraid. It said, "Have no fear, I bring you good news." And then suddenly in verse 13, skipping forward, there appeared with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, or other angels, praising Elohim and singing, "Glory to Elohim on high. Now on earth peace among men, in whom he finds pleasure." So they are praising Elohim, and they're not doing it like whispering. You can be sure they're singing, they're shouting, announcing. So what Joseph's saying here, the author is saying that this is the feast of shouting. Here it is and no one sees it. This is the announcement of the arrival of the Mashiach. The feast of shouting, the day of shouting, Yom Teruah. So that the timing is so precise. It is 15 days before Sukkot. It is the first day of the 7th month. And then he says here that when 8 days were fulfilled, okay, Luke 2, let's go to verse 21. 8 days after the birth of the child, Yehoshua, when it was time to circumcise him, he received the name Yehoshua, the name given him by the angel before his conception. So, to those who say, a lot of people understand that Jesus, Yehoshua, was Jewish, but a lot of Jews seem oblivious to this. He was circumcised on the 8th day, according to the Torah. And also his mother, Miriam, when at the period of purification of mother and child enjoined by the Torah of Moshe came to an end, his parents took, that's 40 days. She wouldn't be allowed to enter the temple because she was unclean. His parents took the child to Jerusalem to present him to Jehovah in compliance with the Torah of Jehovah, that every firstborn male shall be dedicated to Jehovah and to offer the sacrifice enjoined in the Torah of Jehovah, a pair of turtle doves or 2 young pigeons. As you can see, they were obeying the Torah, and it wasn't legalistic. They are fulfilling the requirements commanded by Jehovah through Moshe. So they brought him before the high priest of the temple. So it wasn't until 40 days after his birth that they brought him. And I think that's it. I think it was just to prove those points, and that it was to further build an argument, more proofs, a stronger argument that he was in fact, Yehoshua was born on the Feast of Trumpets, Yom Teruah. So that's all I have to say there. I'm going to go to chapter 20 next. It's called The Constellation Virgo. It sounds pretty interesting and possibly controversial. So we're going to get to that. I thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for the next video on chapter 20. It'll be coming to you, if not this evening, then tomorrow. And because we are on chapter 19, or just finished 19, there are a total of 29 chapters, so we have 10 chapters remaining. I hope you enjoyed this video and this series so far, and I thank you, and may God bless you. Shalom.